Hey guys, Sigman here, and welcome to the Jimi Hendrix case, an indie game which is a point-and-click mystery thing. Basically, as weird as this sounds, you are Jimi Hendrix and you're trying to solve the murder of Jimi Hendrix. So I've been eyeing this for a while. It came out about a week ago. I've been eyeing it, and I was like, you know, I kind of want to check this out. I always like the old-school point-and-click games like King's Quest, and I'm missing some of the dialogue. You're finally here, Jimmy. Wait a minute. Are you Jimmy? So who's our Jimi Hendrix? Wait a minute. Is the gag of this, they're all Jimmy... Male, probably 28 years old. What a way to go, huh? That's a prostitute named Hendrix. Let's talk about the body. I don't know. He could be anyone, really. You know, not trying to be. What? Okay. Racist. I know, ma'am. Wait, that's Hendrix? So it's a female prostitute named Hendrix. Well, if you had something of his, it might help. Goodbye, I guess. Okay, so do I just... The boys will take care of that soon enough. Let's check out the blood splatter. See, I always like the point-and-click games, like I was saying, like King's Quest. I was thinking about doing that one, just because I grew up with that. I remember when I was a little kid playing that game. But anyways, we'll get to this. The boys will take care of that soon enough. Head out whenever you're ready. We'll wrap this up and get the body back to the morgue. Oh, that's so sad. Poor Jimi Hendrix got killed, and this is a Jimi Hendrix. Man, you don't see this kind of thing every day. Hey, you don't see, like, multiple Jimi Hendrixes everywhere. What kind of drugs are you on? Jimmy was the one who found the Vic. He's appending his guts all over by the dumpster. Okay, well, that's really helpful. Wait, hey. Sorry, Jimmy. Busy taking prints. Talk to Jimmy. He might know something. Which Jimmy? There's like fucking 7 of you! Ooh, scarf. What's on the scarf? A scarf. What's it doing wrapped around the railing? Oh, there's more blood. Trail of blood. Look at this. Hey, look, a dumpster. We'll check that out too. Sticky blood. Alright, let's look in the dumpster before I go parading through a door. I want to get everything, right? That's the point of these. I'm not going to dig around in there if I can help it. Well, I mean, what, you're just not willing to do your job? Well, I suppose that's what the other police officer's for. Jimmy, you're finally here. Yeah, I was the one who found him. Well, the lady of the night out there said found him. She wasn't expecting us. We need her to give us an ID, but she's too scared to come down here. Are you talking about the lady of the night? The Jimmy of the night? Because that's pretty much, I'm getting the theme of this. Everybody's a Jimmy. Everybody's a Hendrix. Well, let's talk to good old feminine Hendrix. Femme fatale. There we go. Scarf. Oh, that's Jimmy's scarf. Jimi Hendrix. He lives up in apartment 17 across the pond. You know, nice guy. Was part of a band, I think. Which Jimi Hendrix in this was not part of the band? The pond? Yeah, the pond. This alley between buildings flood all the time. We call it the pond. Do you think I could keep this? Jimmy was a good guy. I'd like to pass it on to his girl. You know, protocol says you can't. Protocol can take its clammy fish lips and kiss my behind. Thanks. I know she'd appreciate it. Okay, I'm kind of confused there. Oh, look, scales. Now, what are these? Something about this case smells fishy. Real fishy. Oh, look at that. Scales. Yeah, I see what you did there. Okay. That's kind of a pun. I get puns. Let's review the case so far. Who was the victim? Jimi Hendrix. Wait, what if I pick that one? Yup. Jimi Hendrix, 28 years old. Hell of a way to go. Killed in the alley between apartment buildings. What was strange about the crime scene? I don't know, the scarf? That was kind of weird. Blood trail. That's right, the killer trailed some blood down the alleyway. Where was he going and why? There's something else about the situation. Scales. Yeah, fish scales. What were they doing? Having a disagreement over fish and chip night? Too strange. I'll have to hold on to these. You know, this reminds me of an old case. A killer who used to slice off the head of anybody that got in his way. At the center of it was a drug operation. You could say he didn't like competition. Half of his victims were dealers. He was always a step ahead. Everything was packed up before we got there and the trail would turn cold. We never did find out who it was. Must have been someone influential. Everybody suspected Jimi Hendrix, but we could never pin it on him. I get the jokes, but which Jimi Hendrix? But this is strange. There hasn't been a murder like that in years. Maybe someone decided it was time to open up old wounds. I guess that means it's time to open up old case files, too. That body's probably over at the morgue by now. Something tells me I should stop by and take a closer look at it. Yay! Jimmy, you look like hell. Well, Jimmy, you look like hell. How long's it been since you got a decent night's sleep? Any messages for me? Just your mother worried sick about you again. You should call her sometime, Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy, you're starting to sound like a broken record. Yeah, and so are you. Everybody's a Jimmy. Yeah, literally, everybody's a Jimmy. Everybody has the word Hendrix by their name. It's kind of funny. Good work on the last case, Jimmy. Boss doesn't think so. That's the boss for you. A sting operation that's big, that big's bound to have casualties. Don't beat yourself up over it. You did good. English is good. I stutter. We can't work all the time, Jimmy. Sometimes we gotta take a break. Hey, you know how to solve a Rubik's Cube? No, I don't. I would like to also say, there's so many Jimmys in this game, it's actually making the left side of my head hurt. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just there's so many of them. Alright, so let me go see my boss. I'm supposing my boss is Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, Jimmy, yep. Never mind. Jimmy, you piece of jetsam, get in here. Yeah, what is it this time? You flounder on this case like the last one, and you'll be washed up in this precinct. Just like the last time you said this? I don't need you flaking out. This case is already circling down the drain. Blood's in the water, Jimmy. And the DEA's circling us like sharks. I ain't gonna fry over your mistakes anymore. Anything else, boss? Get your pathetic self out of there. Out of there? Wouldn't it be out of here? We're on thin ice and it's ice fishing season if you get my drift. I don't. Get out. Well, fuck you. Actually, you know what? I noticed I could shoot somebody, so I want to try something. Look at click. Pow! Hey, well, slow down, Jimmy. I push you hard because I believe in you. You don't want to do that, trust me. Take a few minutes to breathe deeply and calm down. Oh, and get out of my office. No? Well, fuck you. That makes sense. I guess I get it. You know, you don't want a Jimi Hendrix shooting into Jimi Hendrix, and all the other Jimi Hendrixes out here would have to charge in and kill Jimi Hendrix. Are you still with me on that one? I don't know. This is kind of trippy for me. Okay. He couldn't look much worse, especially now that he's had his insides rearranged. That seems somewhat serious. Alright, so let's talk to this. Can you tell me more about the body? Well, what do you want to know? Chest. A strain on the heart. Aqueous upsets the pH level of the blood. Probably made his heart beat so hard that he drained faster than a broken aquarium. That's really fast. Okay, so let's, forearm. Puncture from needles. Habitual drug user. This guy had enough aqueous in his blood to kill a horse. Ooh, that's a hell of a way to go. That new street drug? Good grief. Yeah, no kidding. Wow, okay. What's up with the neck? Someone's best yet failed attempt at decapitation. I bet you it was that killer who cut people's heads off for getting in his way. What? Did you not like Jimmy's music? Was it getting in your way? I don't know. Are these jokes working for you? Probably not. Now that I think about it, this is kind of, I don't know. Hey, Jimmy, if you find anything of the crime... Oh, I found scales! No, I don't want to shoot him. I want to give him that. It's the same thing we're seeing across the city. People turning up dead and no clear connection other than this fish thing. Oh, I know what it is. That prostitute that I spoke with. That Jimmy. That Jimmy's the Jimmy who killed the Jimmy. Now I'm the Jimmy trying to find said Jimmy to kill Jimmy. Yeah. Anyways, okay, look. Uh-oh. Wait, what's this? This is a nice little fish market. What are you after, Jimmy? Scales. Oh, that's a very particular type of fish, Jimmy. I ain't sold none of those in a while. You lying to me, Jimmy? I know when people are lying to me. Oh, you know I don't do such a, I don't got, God, what? I don't have such good English. Oh, you know, I don't got good such memory. Memory of a goldfish, you slop. Now you listen to me. I got people dying out there. You better start remembering, and you better start remembering real fast. You ain't seen nothing. Leave him alone. Like he said, I ain't seen nothing. All right, female Jimi Hendrix, you're about to meet the business end of my gun, I guess. Gut him like a fish, boys. Okay, so I have to move fast. Okay. Ah, shit, I didn't save. Ah, BRB. Okay, so apparently I need to move faster, so I have to be like super fast. I have to be fast. So, All right, Jimi Hendrix, prepare to get your ass kicked by Jimi Hendrix. God, there's so many Jimi Hendrix in this game. It's actually starting to make my head hurt. Pow, pow. Yeah, there we go. Okay, on to the next one. Pow. Okay, I got to wait for you to stand up. Pow, pow. All right, cool. I'm just a murdering machine. Stand up. Bam. Die, Jimi Hendrix. You just got owned by Jimi Hendrix, and you're going to die. Bam. There we go. I'm sorry, Jimmy. He told me they were going to change the world. I bought into it, hook, line, and sinker. Before I knew it, I was in too deep. Jimmy, I never meant for these things to come to this. Well, sounds like Jimmy's going to be sleeping with the fishes. Okay, so can I move over there anymore? Nope, I guess not. Is there anything to look at over here? Oh, wait. Let's see what you got on your body. Slippery trawler. Man, did know something after all. There's a folded piece of paper. Jimi Hendrix. It's the bad part of town. 1432 Backwater Alley. That's across the pond. I'll hang on to this. I'm sure you will. 1432. He's not talking. Well, no shit. You shot him. Fishmonger run because of yeah, his records are really suspicious. Ordered the cheesecloth, mechanical fast, rubber tubes, that sort of thing you'd need to make large quantities of this. What else was unusual about the fishmonger's shipments? I didn't pay attention to this. Scales matched. Right, the scales were a perfect match. So a suspicious set of fish scales found on the scarf that belonged to the victim. The exact same type of scale Jimmy down at the fish market supplies. Where does all of this lead? Backwater Alley. It leads me to Backwater Alley, the address the fishmonger was carrying. That's the same place the body was found. That wasn't some innocent victim in the alley. He was an addict, maybe a dealer, and his murder was probably a deal that went sour. If the fish market's the supply chain, then the Backwater Alley is head office. It's time to pay a visit to whoever's in that apartment. I'm gonna take a guess and say it's Jimmy. Okay, I have to move fast or they'll kill me. Okay, so yep, I remember. As soon as he stands up, it goes like, skadoosh! Alright, so now I think I'm at a good point to save the game. So that's one thing. If I'm given the opportunity to save, I save a lot. You know, it's kind of ironic that, you know, the big bad guy of this story, Jimi Hendrix, the murderer of Jimi Hendrix, happens to be in the building where the police were investigating the death of Jimi Hendrix. Stop. It's a fish head. It was you! Jimi Hendrix, I knew it! I could have never guessed. Wait, what? What? Okay, that's an interesting ending. This game was alright. It got a little, my head kind of hurt a little bit after saying Jimi Hendrix like 15,000 times. Everybody's a Jimmy. I don't know how that could be taken. Anyways, hey, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. That really does help. Seriously, it does. Share with your friends. And hey, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you are interested in this game, I will leave a link to this game in the description below. It is on Game Jolt, and it's actually kind of interesting. Short, you don't have to think too much, which, you know, I'm really good at games that don't make you think too much. Oh, wow. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video!